Motivation is not something you can lean on. It's all completely going to be 100%. But ultimately, the key factor that helped me get to where I'm at today, you have to be damn near, I don't want to say perfect, but you have to be damn near perfect. My body was literally fighting me to just stay in bed. All right, you guys, it's your boy King Edward here, back at it with another video for you guys today. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing and breaking down for you how I was ultimately able to lose over 50 plus pounds, breaking down to you the ultimate key to my success in losing over 50 plus pounds of literal visceral fat all over my body, and literally have an overall 360 life change as far as my health, my wellness, and my overall state of being as a human being. So yeah, guys, I did not lose over 50 plus pounds of excess body weight because I was motivated or some shit like that. No, that was not the reason or the key to my success. So yeah, ultimately reflecting back on my overall fitness journey to losing over 50 plus pounds, once I completely discarded and neglected the whole idea of leaning on motivation, waiting for motivation to get me to my goals, once I completely eradicated that from my mindset and overall my day-to-day thinking, that was the key starting point for me to lose the most amount of weight consistently, was when I fully gave up the idea of depending on motivation to get me through my workouts, of depending on motivation to overall see my goals. So yeah, no guys, motivation is not going to be the ultimate key factor that's going to help you, especially if you're a bigger guy or a bigger person in general, starting at a bigger weight. That is not going to be the key factor to help you lose weight. Motivation is not something you can lean on. It's all completely going to be 100% on discipline. So yeah, guys, a little backstory on me and my overall fitness progression and my overall where I started to where I am today. I used to weigh over 300 plus pounds. At my highest recorded weight, guys, I remember vividly. It was literally after COVID pretty much wrapped up. I remember I stepped on the scale for the first time after being home all day, hibernating essentially for over a year and a half. I was at over 300 plus pounds. I think it was 305 pounds. I had a lot of body fat, visceral fat, and what was crazy was before COVID, I was kind of big and chubby, but after COVID, I literally just ballooned up to super obese, and I was actually scared and nervous because I did not think that there was any recovery for me as far as losing weight. I didn't think I'd ever get to the point where I'm at today. I thought I was too far gone. I was thinking to myself, even if I lost the weight, I would need to get some super liposuction. Like you guys know those people on My 600-Pound Life. I was telling myself, shit, even if I somehow managed to lose the weight, I would still look like shit, have a whole lot of loose skin, and it just would be an overall bad experience for me. But ultimately, the key factor that helped me get to where I'm at today, like I said in the beginning, was discipline that ultimately helped me get to where I'm at today. And that's still what's helping me progress even to this day. Because even to this day, guys, I still want to lose 10, 15 more pounds. I'm trying to get to under 200 pounds. As a 6'2", 6'3" guy, I want to get to a super lean and aesthetic physique. And for me, I'm realizing I need to cut down a little bit more. So for me, while I'm towards the end of my cut, I'm still leaning on my discipline. Even after I'm done my cut, when I go into a lean bulking phase, I'll still be leaning on my discipline to go to the gym when I don't feel like going to the gym. Ultimately, discipline is going to be the most powerful key factor and the key engine to help you get to your goals the quickest way and the most efficient way. So yeah, guys, I'm going to be ultimately breaking down and sharing with you from my personal experience why I highly recommend, if you're really trying to lose weight and be consistent, why you have to completely discard and completely disregard the whole idea of waiting for motivation, having to lean on motivation, but you have to be leaning more on the discipline. You would need to have a complete 360 mindset shift on your overall fitness progression if you completely and you just solely have motivation as your main key factor. You need more than motivation. You don't even need motivation. You simply just need discipline. With discipline, that can take you so far in this fitness shit. And that's personally what I've come to realize being here today. And the first and most important reason why I would say motivation is not going to be the key and why you have to lean on discipline, guys, is because, as you guys know, emotions, especially for females, they're always up. In general, everybody has emotions. So everybody has an up and down period. So as you know, motivation is an emotion. And when you have an emotion, you're always leaning towards one way or the other. You're never set. So when you're trying to lose weight, guys, and you want to be consistent, you need a set, focused direction and a focused path. And the only way you're going to have that is by having a discipline. Because like I said, motivation is an emotion, and emotions, they go up and down. They're never consistent. And as you guys know, if you've watched a lot of fitness videos, you know the key to losing weight and just being healthy in general is consistency. Stacking small, progressive, incremental wins day in and day out for weeks on weeks on weeks and weeks. Not a few days, not a week, not Monday through Friday, then slack off on the weekends, guys. No, it has to be something you're doing, especially if you're overweight and starting at a bigger weight. Guys, believe it or not, to see the most progress, you have to be consistent for months. 6 months, I'm not to be on the safest side, 6 months. So think about this, guys. If you're big and overweight and you're trying to think about how long is it going to really take me to really get to my goals, you're going to have to be locked in for forever. But realistically, to get to that main key, dramatic drop in weight for 6 months, you have to be consistent. Now, I'm not saying you have to be like, you have to be damn near, I don't want to say perfect, but you have to be damn near perfect. You have to strive for perfection. And the only way you're going to even try to strive for perfection each and every day is by leaning on discipline. Because like I said, guys, motivation is something that's always going to, it's not something you can lean on, because 1 minute you'll have it and 1 minute you'll be motivated to go to the gym. But what about those days when you don't feel like going to the gym? Like, let's say you had a long day at work and you initially planned to go to the gym and your car broke down right on the road and you had a long day at work. Motivation would be there initially. Let's just say you had a bad day at work, right? And you're about to head home to the gym. You're about to head straight to the gym after work. And like I said, your car broke down. Now, most people in that case, the motivation would have been high because they probably used to go to the gym. Then after, the car broke down, they got a bad accident. Not a bad accident, but let's say something minor happened. Usually, it doesn't need that, and that's also what I want to mention about motivation. It doesn't even have to be something big, simply a flat tire. Most people in that case would, they just say, fuck it. I'm tired of this shit. I had a long day at work. My car broke down. Let me just go home. After they get the car towed, they'll simply just, get the car fixed up on wherever they get it fixed up, go to the car repair shop. And most people would end up just saying, you know what, I'll go tomorrow. They'll end up scrapping the gym for that day that they initially had planned. Because that was me. And that was one key instance for me personally. This was actually recently, I think last week. It was literally last week in my case when I realized, shit, this is some crazy discipline that I've built up. And the discipline to do this takes time, but it ultimately is going to be the most powerful key to help you push you through that progression of consistency. So for me, guys, like I mentioned, I was literally, and for me, my job is an hour away from my home. And it's like 25 minutes from the gym. And I'm in Texas, so everything's bigger in Texas. So a lot of different places are spread apart. So I was literally going home to get my clothes, because first of all, I had a long day at work, and secondly, I left my freaking gym clothes at home. So I literally had to drive an hour home. I didn't want to go buy the clothes because I already have clothes at home. I don't want to spend money on things I don't need. I could have easily just bought clothes at the nearest, $5 Five Below. But you know what? I was just doing too much. I wasn't in the right headspace. So I literally drove home an hour, and I thought driving home on the highway turnpike, boom, I heard a flat. My front tire got flat, and as a result, I was literally on the roadside for like an hour. I think 2 hours. I was waiting for roadside assistance to come pick me up, take me to the nearest car mechanic shop, and I was there for another hour because I had to wait in line. So guys, long story short, I got off work at 4 o'clock. I was not able to get home until like 9:30 p.m. And luckily the gym membership that I have, shout out to EOS, it's a 24-hour gym. So once I got home, I literally just laid down for like 10, 15 minutes, and my body was literally fighting me to just stay in bed. But guys, I told myself, no, I had to go to the gym that day. It was the start of the week. It was a Monday, obviously. As you know, Mondays are always fucked up for most people. It was a Monday, and I had to go to the gym because I just had a rest day on that Sunday. So I personally wouldn't even feel comfortable resting Sunday and then resting on Monday. I can't rest 2 days in a row. That's how insane I'm at a point to that where I'm at right now. I have to work at least 5 days a week, and I can't have a rest day back to back. I can't have it. So that was what it was for me. So I literally was fighting the urge to stay in bed, but ultimately I knew I had to get up and get this workout done. Even if it was for 30 minutes or an hour, I had to get some physical activity done that day. So what I did to myself, I leaned on my discipline because my motivation was completely gone at that point. I leaned solely on my discipline, and I was able to go to the gym that day, bang out a really good workout session, felt good, came home, relaxed, took a shower, slept like a baby, and I repeated the cycle the next day. So guys, that is one instance for me personally where I realized most people in that case would have had a motivation to probably go to the gym. But like I said, outside circumstances will always trigger and always like, alter your emotions that day. And as a result, most people, if they were just to solely lean on the motivation, like if I was to lean on my motivation in that situation, I would not have gone to the gym. That would have been a day. That would have been a day of regression for me, in my opinion, because that would have been a day I wasn't going to the gym when I was scheduled to go to the gym, and as a result, I would have just thrown out the day for me and just overall not okay. Ultimately, if I had missed one day, it wouldn't have killed me, but in my mind, it would have killed me. That's how serious and like the mental mindset you have to get to. Once you're deeper in your overall fitness journey, you'll get to that point. But like I said, especially early on, you're going to need discipline to tell yourself to go to the gym on days you don't feel like it, when your body is aching, but you know you still can push through it. Because if you don't know, your body is capable of a lot of great things, and it can definitely take a lot of physical damage. It can go. Let's just say this: your body can go further than you think. We're all Super Saiyans in my book. Every single person, if you guys know Dragon Ball Z, every time they get beat up in Dragon Ball Z, they don't, and they don't die, obviously. They always come back stronger. So I feel like God created our bodies as humans the same exact way. When you go to the gym, push yourself, get sore, that's your body, like it's uncomfortable. Then the next day, you feel better. So it's really, really important, guys, to lean on your discipline in that situation, because emotionally and your mindset like leaning on motivation in that case will never get you to your goals. You have to have discipline. Now, kind of piggybacking off my first point on how discipline is so more powerful and so much more efficient, is when you have really good discipline, especially starting out in your fitness journey and not leaning on motivation, discipline will help you overall have a overall nice structured routine. Because ultimately, guys, what I've come to realize is what was my issue, especially early on, was that I didn't have a routine. So what I've come to realize, what's going to help a lot of people, especially newer people in the fitness space who are big and overweight. Let me just specifically target like bigger people who are trying to lose weight, who are interested in losing weight, but they know it's just like they don't know where to start or they don't even know where to begin. Having a nice overall structured routine will set you up for success. So with that structured routine, you're going to follow that. Like I said, even on days you don't feel like doing it, once you have a structured routine in place, you still have to be doing that. What I've come to realize, guys, is that most people, they don't have an overall structured routine as far as like their meal plans, what they need to be eating on a day-to-day basis, and overall like workout structure. So if you're one of those guys who just like to wake up, eat whatever you want to eat, and let's say it's a relatively healthy and you're not tracking your foods, and you're just like in the moment, what is the word I'm looking for? You like to go with the wind or just go with the flow, and you just like go day by day. That's not going to be helpful, and that's mainly going to be on the motivation side when you're going day by day, not having a set structured routine and set structured overall plan. If you're really, really trying to lose weight, the most effective way is to have a proper structure. And when I mean a proper structure, I mean a proper meal plan that you're following every single day. So I personally recommend you meal prep for the whole entire week, so you don't even have to think about what you're going to be eating for that next week Friday. So if you're meal prepping on a Saturday or Sunday, you're going to be eating that throughout the week for the whole entire week. That is discipline right there. The discipline to get up, set your meal plan, make your meal plans for the whole week, and not even have to think about what you want to eat. You just know you have it all prepped up. I'm talking prepping your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Prepping it all. If you just prep your lunch and you just wing your breakfast and your lunch, you wing your breakfast and your dinner, it's not going to be as effective. It's better than doing nothing. Let me just say that. But the ultimate way that I've come to realize for my personal self was having that discipline to have a proper meal structure and sticking with that meal structure for months. So that's why it's also really important to pick foods that you like. Most whole food. I'm not really a picky eater, so I love beef, I love chicken, I love rice, and I love potatoes. So I'm able to eat foods that I would have eaten if I was a big ass guy and overweight. Food that I was eating before when I was fat and overweight, like pizza, fries, chicken nuggets, burgers. All I do was simply tweak it up a little bit, pick healthier options, and I'm still eating foods that I relatively love, like ground beef. That substitutes the 93 or 96% ground beef, substitutes that McDonald's burger or that Five Guys burger. Don't even know what they're using. I know it's not the leanest version. So I'm just substituting foods with healthier food options, so it's not super monotonous or super tiring for me. I can literally eat this for months. So even after I'm done my cutting phase, I am still going to be eating the same shit that I've been eating currently, which is chicken and rice, ground beef, potatoes, or ground beef and broccoli. The only difference is I'll just be increasing my portion sizes, which which I am personally really looking forward to. Increasing my portion sizes, having more food in my body. I'm excited for that. So ultimately, guys, you have to understand that discipline is what's going to help you. Discipline is what's going to help you build that proper structure and program to overall, fit your goals and overall help give you a guideline and a blueprint to follow. Because most people who do not have direction, they end up leaning on motivation to get them through the workouts, or they end up leaning on motivation to pick out foods that they think they might want to eat. So also what I want to mention is, like I said, with motivation and not having a proper structure, you're just going to be like I said, I think I mentioned it earlier, you're going to be winging a lot of your food choices. You're going to be wanting to go out, and even when you go out, you're going to try to pick the healthy option. With discipline, you're going to build the tolerance to say no to going out to eating in general. When you go to work and your coworkers want to take you out to eat, and your coworkers want to take you out for lunch, your discipline is what's going to kick in to tell your coworkers, no, I can't eat out with you guys today. I got my own food that I packed for lunch. Sorry, guys. And this is something you're going to have to do repetitively. I'm currently going through this at work. Every single day, my coworkers always ask me, hey, well, at this point, they don't even ask me, but I knew early on, they asked me at least 50 times, and I'm not even exaggerating. They would ask me, hey, we're going out to Pizza Hut. Hey, we're going out to this buffet. You want to come with us? It's free. I mean, you're not even paying. That's how they get you. They say, hey, you're not even paying for this food. It's free food, essentially. I would be like, no, I'm sorry. I have my own meal prep. I have my own food plan. I have bigger goals in mind. I'm not short-sighted. I'm long-sighted. So I always tell myself that this shit needs to get done. And that's the discipline that's kicking in. Because if it was motivation, trust me, on a Friday, I'd be like, you know what? It's Friday. Let's go out and eat with these guys. I'd go out and eat with them on a Friday. But it was my discipline that made me stay strong in my overall conviction and let me say no every single time to my coworkers. So that's why it's really important to have discipline, to really lock in on your structured meal plan and diet and your overall workouts as well. Because when you go to the gym and you're doing a whole bunch of random shit, there's no structure and you're just picking random machines, doing whatever you see in the gym. That's almost, to me, that's almost as doing nothing. You might as well just walk on a treadmill and just do that. You'd be better just going on a treadmill instead of just going to the gym with no structured lifting routine. If you have a structured lifting routine, that's also something I want to mention. When you have like a structured routine, when you go to the gym, before you go to the gym, you know what you're going to be hitting that day. It's easy to look forward to the gym because okay, today's Wednesday, today's leg day. Shit, I'm about to hit squat. I'm about to do this, It's easy because that's the discipline. That's the discipline that's kicking in to let you know that this is the same on a Wednesday every single day, every single week on a Wednesday. You're going to be doing legs. So that's why it's important to have a structured workout as well as your structured routine in your nutrition and diet. And yeah, I also kind of mentioned it before as far as the nutrition side on the discipline. I want to just mention that you don't have to be 100% perfect, but you have to strive for perfection. So if you're striving for 100 and you get like a 95 or 90 or even like an 80, you're still good. So what I mean by that is if you're eating good throughout the week, you don't want to have a habit of just doing good Monday through Friday and then Saturday and Sunday slack off, because that is usually the motivation part where most people, what I was especially, I was able to be consistent Monday through Friday. But then my motivation would slip up a little bit. It just takes a little bit of a slip up just for that motivation to slip up, for the old habits to want to come back in. So on a Saturday, we come around and then I would tell myself, you know what, bro, you did a lot of good shit throughout the week. You hit your macros, you went to the gym, you went crazy in the gym. So Saturday comes around, you're relaxing, and then you tell yourself, you know what, I'm down 3 pounds. Why don't I eat this Five Guys burger? And why not? It's not going to kill me. I mean, ultimately, it's not going to physically kill you, but you just tell yourself shit to just persuade yourself to eat and lean back into your old habits. And that's the motivation dying down. Because if motivation was really there 24/7, you would tell yourself, no, I can't just slack off on the weekend just because I did good Monday through Friday. But that's the motivation fading away and your old habits taking over, telling you, you know what? You can eat this burger, you can eat this fast food meal because it's just one meal. That's how they get you. Because if you guys don't know, Saturday and Sunday of binge overeating can literally negate your whole week's worth of progress, and you'll be back to square one. And then that's when most people start to get discouraged and quit, because first of all, the motivation is probably gone by then. Because if you think about it, you worked out for a week straight, 5 days straight. Saturday and Sunday comes around, you fuck those days up, and you're back to square one. And then you just feel like, what the fuck did I do all this work for? And again, motivation will start to die down at that point. But if you had discipline, even when you slack off, and let's say you had a bad binging weekend, Monday comes around, you know, okay, back to square one. I fucked up last week, but this week is going to be different. This time, no mess ups from Monday all the way to Sunday, and then we're going to get back on track. That's where discipline comes in, because you're going to be disciplined to know, okay, last week was a fuck up. Let's not compound more fuck ups. Let's continue to lock back in and get back on track. So it's really, really important, guys, to know that discipline is the only key factor that's going to get you to that point of realizing, okay, I can't keep binging on weekends. Maybe one Saturday out of the whole month is fine, but 30 out of the 31 days, I got to be locked in. And like I said, overall, having discipline is what helped me have systems in place to help me succeed even when I thought I was going to fail. So it helped me build that system to know that I had to be eating what I need to eat, go to the gym when I need to go to the gym, and overall helping me see the most progress. So even when motivation faded from me, I was still able to lean on my discipline and have a strong discipline foundation to help me go through my workouts when I didn't want to, and also help me eat the foods I needed to eat on a day-to-day basis to get me to my goal and help me get to where I'm at today. Discipline is ultimately what helped me get to where I'm at today, and it's ultimately what's help me propel me even further in the future. Because like I said, even when I'm done cutting, I'm still going to be on my discipline, eating what I need to eat all day, every single day. Maybe occasionally, like I said, once a month, I'll go out and eat with my friends or do something, which is okay. But for me, I'm so locked in from now to the rest of my life. This discipline shit is something that I've currently adopted, and it's what's helping me. So yeah, guys, in conclusion, just know this. Motivation can maybe get you through the door or just give you that initial push, but it's really and truly going to be discipline that's going to help you progress and see the most progress and help you stick through it in the long haul. Because like I said, motivation is very, very temporary, but it's the discipline that's going to help you progress and help you see the most progress. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys learned something from this video. And if you guys are new to the fitness journey, or like you're an overweight guy, or just somebody in general who's having struggles with motivation and just leaning too much on the motivation and having struggles with discipline as far as having a structured program, overall not having that structure that they need to see the progress they want and build on their discipline and having a strong discipline foundation, I do offer one-on-one coaching to help people, have the overall structure in place, so they really have no excuse to like deviate from their goals or like deviate from the plan. Because like I said, most people lean on motivation to get them through their day, but with discipline and having a structured plan in place, it's almost impossible to fail. Because even on days you fail, you just know, and you tell yourself the next day, I'm gonna get right back on track because I have this plan that I'm following. And most people don't have a plan. So if you're interested in my one-on-one coaching, I do offer that to people to give them my experience that helped me get to where I'm at today, and also what's currently still helping me lose more weight. So if you're interested in that, you can book a call and we can see if we can work together. And yeah, man, that's all I got for this video.